Marijuana has been used for medicinal purposes for thousands of years. Marijuana became illegal in the United States in the 1930s, as well as many countries around the world, against the advice of the American Medical Association. Now, in the 21st century, many advocates, patients, and families are calling on government to re-examine the medicinal value of marijuana. Despite the Food and Drug Administration and the Drug Enforcement Authority's unwavering stance to keep marijuana as a Schedule I substance, which means a substance which has a high potential for abuse and no medical value, despite this, 28 states and the District of Columbia have recognized its value and enacted state laws making it legal to possess for certain medical uses. In Georgia, the conversation about enacting legislation to allow for certain conditions to be treated by a low THC oil began in 2014. No legislation was passed that year, but in 2015, Haley's Hope Act, named after Haley Cox, was passed by the General Assembly and signed into law by Governor Deal. This was the first step in Georgia allowing individuals with cancer, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, seizure disorders, multiple sclerosis, Crohn's disease, mitochondrial disease, Parkinson's, and sickle cell to possess 20 ounces of 5% or less low THC oil. Senate Bill 16 and House Bill 65 authors, Representative Alan Peake and Senator Ben Watson, worked together this year with the House Cannabis Working Group, the House Judicial Non-Civil Committee, and the Senate Health and Human Services Committee to combine House Bill 65 and Senate Bill 16 in order to amend Article 8 of Chapter 12 of Title 16 and Code Section 31-2A-18 of the Georgia Annotated Code. The substitute bill will get rid of the one-year residency requirement prior to registering, allow hospice patients to access low THC oil, decrease frequency of doctors' reports, allow individuals registered in another state to possess the oil to have the oil in Georgia for up to 45 days. It also adds 6 conditions: Alzheimer's disease, AIDS, Autism, Epidermolysis Bullosa, Peripheral Neuropathy, and Tourette syndrome to the list of acceptable conditions to receive treatment. The most striking thing about this piece of legislation is the people it can help. I hope you enjoy watching this video from the advocacy group called Georgia's Hope, Healing with Cannabis One Day at a Time.
When I was deployed overseas with the Air Force, I went to fight for what I believed was right. I fought for my country, my fellow Georgians, and the safety of the soldiers and airmen by my side. Many of us that served came back suffering from PTSD. It's an injustice that the only treatment options are pharmaceutical medications that are often ineffective for the pain and trauma many of us experience every single day. Back home, I'm fighting another battle for safe, regulated, and legal in-state cultivation of medical cannabis. I'm fighting for families like the Underwoods that must administer potentially life-threatening painkillers to their son who suffers from a rare and incurable skin disease. I'm fighting for veterans, but also cancer patients, children and adults suffering from seizures, Georgians with unbearable chronic pain, and many others who can't find relief with pharmaceutical medications. For us, medical cannabis works. Voters in Georgia agree. 84% support in-state cultivation of medical cannabis. Stand with us and demand that Georgia legislators listen to the needs of their voters and veterans.